Hello, I hope all is progressing well. Welcome to, I don't know, we can talk about it, where we discuss myriads of topics civilly, reasonably, and responsibly. My name is Kevin Dufresne. We're going to jump into our first topic. New Mexico, implementing a summer reading program that is to have lasting effects. The article is of an interview which makes me feel as though the reading initiatives are at a beginning. The reason why I find the article appealing is because teaching reading, engaging readers, is very necessary and important. How one does so in a location which data may deem as in extreme need of literacy approaches is quite fascinating. The push I notice from the article is of funneling teachers through a training so as to implement widely literacy approaches, ensuring similar implementations. I think approaching teaching literacy approaches in such a manner can prove very valuable, especially at a time in the summer when individuals benefit greatly from taking initiative to learn. The initiative to learn is what will greatly benefit learners in future regard. I think on the instructor's end, financially, the pay is very suitable. I think since training is part of the programming and the funding is standard for the roles, every individual is in a good position to garner more experience, to find a beginning in education, and networking, whether new or furthering, of myriad proportions from an educational realm. The initiative may prove extremely valuable and is wide-reaching. If the results prove reflecting within following months, then I think future progressions are possible. I wonder how the data will be set, how result monitoring will happen to ensure evidential support for future regard. In light of literacy approaches, if the initiative proves valuable, widely, such an initiative may be replicable in a locale, in a state of a similar population, geography, structure, infrastructure, our next topic is about policy and connectivity in navigating educational atmospheres for future regard. From modernity, the article posits solutions that may be beneficial to ensure educational atmospheres are operable in relation to political atmospheres. Since policy extends from the ground up, local, nationally, in extenuating circumstances, internationally, I feel as though the solutions may prove valuable, considering the solutions already do prove valuable. Though, in relation to a national concert of efforts, I feel as though locales tend to cater to different needs. On every level, similarly happens. Implementations of policies vary additionally according to representation of ideas, of voting measures concerning who votes about what at particular levels to ensure a policy will go through an implementation process. I feel as though regarding the solutions in relation to a locality, any partnering entity needs to address immediate needs. And all needs of an educational atmosphere must always consider the long-term value of any individual learning within the educational atmosphere, then considering the long-term value the return may be from the learner to society at large. I feel as though politically, if any situation comes across as harmful to a progressing individual, in light of all of the research in relation to human development, then measures need adjustments toward ensuring the utmost satisfactory progressions for any individual growing through an educational atmosphere. Politically, topics vary in importance depending on the locale. On every level, topics vary of importance, though may be important to a particular locale, a particular culture. I think assessing long-term values in connection with society at large in relation to the return from what the individuals may become, may contribute to society at large, is a longer route, though more efficient route, to ensure the individuals coming up to eventually, though already are, become responsible for such situations, may carry responsibility thinking in relation to long-term growth, not in terms of a political situation that may be important at a particular time for a particular entity, a particular locale that may be harmful long term, though short term may appease particular entities or a particular entity for a reason the particular entity may know. All right. Let's move on to some origami. So first things first, we're just gonna take this rectangle paper here and we're gonna make a square. Taking the short edge to the long edge, we can just create a nice angle from the rectangle, and we'll fold the bottom rectangle, both sides, then rip off the bottom portion. Now, what we're making today is an origami rabbit. What we're going to do is, we're going to fold the paper in half, now that we have a square. As you can see, I fold this paper in half. Then I open it again. This time, I'm going to fold the edges to the center line, the newest center line, which is going from one edge to the other edge, not the other center line, which is going from one point to another point. Now, I'm going to fold the current rectangle in half. Then I'm going to unfold the rectangle. The next step involves a downward fold. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fold so we have somewhat of a hat. So what we're going to do is come down here. You have to watch this quite carefully. As you can see, what we have here is our fold down from this rectangle. Just gonna open up the sides of the inside like wings and fold the top edge down to the center. Next, I'm gonna turn this around. We're going to fold in just until we get the angle of this line down the center. It's very important here. No need to fold anymore. Again, once I turn this rectangle around after that opening fold, I'm gonna just take this point here and I'm gonna fold it in relation to this center line. That's it. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can try to make it as even as you want to the other side. And once you get that diagonal fold, you're fine. Next, we're gonna have to fold in this origami piece. So you see here, we folded our ears. Now we're just gonna fold in here. Whoa, whoa. Huh. You see the origami rabbit coming along? The next step is to just fold the back edge. So the lower bottom edge, we're just gonna fold it in. Then, after we fold it in, just gonna take it and we're gonna reverse fold it inside. So now that we've reverse folded it, and if you need to do a bigger fold, by all means, go ahead. We can proceed with our next step, which involves adding a little bit of a twist to our bunny. So we just come in here, we're just gonna fold in the bunny head. And of course, now what we have, we can just bend a little bit somewhere with the ears. So now what we have here is a bunny. Yay! Feel free to make any adjustments you like, of course. You can fold in the sides to make some legs. It's just an idea I'm thinking of. So bring in the edges at the bottom to make some legs. Or you can have this bunny, which kind of looks like a little mouse, though it's a bunny. All right. Our next topic is about a physical book. I enjoy reading physical books. There are so many benefits to reading a physical book. The Snowball. The Business of Life by Alice Schroeder. The text is about Warren Buffett's humble beginnings to very close to modernity, the large of his progression into his position as one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. I really appreciate the text because the values of an individual with such wealth might not be apparent to any from the outside looking in. Every individual is different. Every individual has different experiences, and how the individual chooses to approach the experiences, to grow from the experiences, will definitely assist one's progressions in one's life. Warren Buffett, in the text, acknowledges his position as one of opportunity, of chance, of good luck, if one will, due to a comparison of a life elsewhere in the world that may not be in a similar situation opportunity-wise, though may be as hardworking, even as smart, if not harder or smarter working than Warren Buffett, than any other individual that may have an opportunity and may garner success from embracing the opportunity or opportunities. The text is so valuable in sharing perspectives from an individual that operates from a business, understands how businesses may interact on many different levels, discussing investing, discussing how investing is so intertwining in relation to the business realm at large. How businesses may grow, how businesses may function on a hierarchical level, as well as from a distant level in great relation to the totality of a business. Of course, the text is not all about business. The text is about Warren Buffett's life, familial relationships, how Warren Buffett values family, and how Warren Buffett approaches family and business, how Warren Buffett is personal growth. I find the text quite interesting to be able to have an inside perspective that may assist one in understanding how a lot of progress has come about from behind the scenes of incremental situations, of how individuals are in areas of progress and how individuals deal with certain situations within progress of business, of life, how life changes, what values are important as life progresses, even from a perspective of an individual that many understand has wealth, which the text covers in myriad degrees. I really appreciate the well-rounded perspective, not of just the individual. From a business perspective, though, of the individual sharing of the experiences and the mental processing, assessing experiences from childhood on. Additionally, I feel as though the text on a personal level can really help one have a lot to self-reflect on in relation to one's own life, which I think is very valuable, especially considering how every individual is able to offer one's uniqueness to the world at large. What is your purpose? What are your purposes? How are you opting to fulfill your purposes and or purposes with what you have, with what you may earn, with what you have? Considering all the best ways of progression available to one, if not all the better ways of progression available to one. I end up watching a film this week in theater, Furiosa. I find the film entertaining to watch. A prequel, if any, is familiar with Mad Max, Fury Road. No spoilers. I feel as though the prequel offers a valuable avenue for one to have a different perspective of Furiosa, an extension of Furiosa, if one will, especially for any Furiosa fans. The film is very empowering of Furiosa, exploring the wasteland. Of course, with the acting partners fulfilling the film well, the film exploring familiar relations in a wasteland, in a world of which oil and weapons seem to be all that matter in a wasteland. How different societies within the wasteland connect and function economically, socially, how societies of the sort psychically attempt to manage, observing the wasteland in comparison to the non-wasteland, the land of abundance, is quite beautiful. Assessing how the lifeblood branches from the good intentions, the good efforts of life-bringing energy assessing how families may branch and decisions may come to bring about results that may be good. Assessing how time passes. I think the wasteland offers a lot to explore, especially in relation to the land of abundance, Additionally, I feel as though the prequel links to more questions which draw toward answers that may come from what happens in the land of abundance, where the land of abundance comes from. I feel as though the stories of the wasteland may always continue, and the beauty of the abundance has a lot more to fulfill the series Additionally, extending storylines are quite possible with the current state of the story. Perhaps another prequel from another direction. Thanks for joining. I don't know. We can talk about it. My name is Kevin Dufresne. Onward and Upward.